Let's cover a little bit of technical detail. It will help those that aren't too bothered about the technical detail, but it will make you understand why things can go wrong. So there's a few processes, but the most common process that you see in print nowadays, certainly for brochures and things, is lithographic, or as we call it in the industry, litho. So it's the litho process. Dean, quickly explain what the litho process is, and then the benefits and the downsides of it.
The litho press is traditional print, so it's using traditional print plates on a much bigger machine, which is really designed for long run work. So if you're printing lots of copies of thousands of copies of a leaflet or a booklet that isn't personalized in any way, that's what litho print is built for. It's built for volume, very high quality, the best quality you can get, but it is built for longer run work. What we're seeing now is a lot of digital work, because the digital world has changed loads over it's changing all the time. But what digital allows you to do is short run work, but highly personalized. So if you want to personalize every copy of an invitation, whether that be in print or even in digital foil, you can personalize something. So if you've got an invitation for an event, it's a high-end event, you're doing it on a nice black stock, you could personalize every copy to every individual in foil if you wanted to. So it's a really highly personalized short run mechanism.
Okay, so let's stay on digital for now, and then we'll go back to litho. So with your personalization on digital, does that mean what you're saying is you can personalize every single copy? What about like a multilingual brochure? Let's say I sold pottery or mugs and things. Could I version like 10 in this language, 5 in this language? Is that possible?
Yeah, with digital, anything is possible within realms. But yeah, you can. It really performs well when it's highly personalized. That's the real key benefit of it. I mean, it is for short run work as well. It's the most cost effective way of producing short run work, but it's the personalization where I think really sets digital apart.
I've kind of lost touch with all of that now, but what's the parameters now? Are they faster? Are they wider? Do they go to high sheet sizes? And what does that mean to run lengths?
Yeah, I mean, so take the Indigo press, for example. That now is B2 size, or the biggest sheet size is B2. So it's grown a lot. Definitely faster and definitely better quality. But you've also got a lot of other digital presses which have come on along. It used to be that Indigo was the standout, and to a degree it still is. But the other digital press manufacturers are coming on leaps and bounds now. And there's lots of different formats. So you get a wide format now, which you couldn't do before, which I think runs up to a sheet off a reel, up to an image length of about 900 mil. So it's wider than an Indigo will go, which is great for doing things like an A4 6-page roll fold, which you couldn't do on an Indigo, but you can on a reel-fed digital press. So there's lots of different types of machinery now and different capabilities, whereas it used to be that Indigo was the standout. Now there are lots of other really high quality options. And
is the quality getting closer to litho quality?
Yeah, definitely. Indigo, I think we're up to about 92% of litho. There's a lot of litho work now that you can do if you had a long run brochure and you had a supporting document like some postcards or something to go with it. You could merge the two, print the high run brochure on litho, the smaller items on Indigo, and you wouldn't really notice a difference.
What about run lengths then?
It depends on the spec, but if you're looking at,
if it's just a low run non-personalized spec,
if you're looking at a small run booklet, I don't know, 16-page booklet, you're probably looking at about 500 copies now. Is where the break is. If you've only got, we're doing lots of small run events where they'll be running an event on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but they want every batch of booklets to be exactly the same, just with a different date change on them. You run them all together. You couldn't do that on a litho press, or you could, but you'd have to run the dated covers up separately, and that's where your costs increase. So very, very short run stuff is cheap and easy to do now, which in the litho early days you couldn't do that.
So for people buying print and you want personalization, digital is kind of the only way you can do it
Yeah,
at scale
even
right
look,
now.
we're involved in a project at the moment where the print is generic, but the differentiator on the item is a QR code. So we're doing 50 brochures. Each one's got a different QR code. Now that QR code in the background is linked to an individual client. So the print's exactly the same. All the content is the same. The only thing that changes is the QR code.
Yeah.
So that when the recipient changes it, when they scan the QR code, that's linking direct to a page that's been made for them. So you've got
Mm.
generic print with a little differentiator. So you can mix it up however you want to.
Yeah, really, really, really good for creatives and campaigns where you need to get bums on seats and things like that, or people
Yeah,
attending something online.
or make
Really
things
good, really
really
good.
personalised.